What we're going to do now is we're going to be graphing parabolas. So first what we're going to do is we're going to write it in vertex form. After we write it in vertex form, what we're going to do is we're going to graph it. When we're writing it in vertex form, what we need to do is remember completing the square. So in this case right here, what we're missing is our c value. So we're going to come up with a new c value, and we're going to take our b value, divide it by 2, and we're going to square. 6 divided by 2 is 3, squared is 9. So what we have is x equals y squared plus 6y plus 9 plus 10. Now, one thing that I forgot to do is I added a 9 on this side, so I have to make sure I add the 9 on the other side. Our next step is factoring. So if you look at our trinomial, when we factor it, we're looking for two numbers that multiply together, give us 9, and add up to 6. So that right there would be y plus 3 squared. And then we still have the 10. So our last step is we subtract the 9. So we have x equals y plus 3 squared. And then when we subtract the 9, it becomes 1. So that means our vertex. This right here is our k value. That would be -3. This right here would be our h value, which would be a 1. So what we have is our vertex. Now, if we're looking at this, because our y value is in here, that means that instead of it going up and down, it's going to go left and right. Because it's positive, that means it's going to go to the right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make my coordinate system. I'm going to plot my 1, -3, and I know it's going in this direction because if you're looking at it, this right here is x. X means left or right, and it's positive, so that means it's going to the right. When we're graphing a quadratic, our a value is 1, so that means that it goes to the right 1. And since something is squared, 1 squared, of course, is 1, and 2 squared is 4. So that means when we move 2 away, we're going to go 4 spots. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. And that right there would be our parabola. Now for the second situation, we're going to get the y by itself. So we're going to subtract the 2x squared. So we get y equals -2x squared plus 8x minus 5. We're going to look at these two values right here. We're going to factor out a -2. And we get x squared minus 4x. I'm going to complete the square. So I'm going to take the -4 divided by 2 and square it, which gives me 4. So I have 4. And then minus 5. Now, if we're looking at this right here, what I did was I added 4 here. So what I want to do is add 4 here, but I have to be careful because I see a -2 outside the parentheses. So technically what we have is -2 times 4, which is -8. So I'm adding a -8 on the other side. Now I'm going to factor it. I have y equals -2, x minus 2 squared, minus 5. But because of the -8, I'm now going to add 8. So I get y equals -2, x minus 2 squared. And when I add the 8, I get plus 3. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to graph this. My vertex is going to be 2 and 3. So I go to the right 2, I go up 3, I plot my point. Since this is y equals, it goes up or down. Since that is negative, it's going down, and it's going down by 2. So I have to the right and down by 2. I go left, I go down by 2. Now the next one, if I take a distance of 2 and I square it, that gives me 4. But since there's a negative 2 here, that would be negative 8. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It would be a little bit after. So it would be out there. And this is what my parabola would look